Server settings is where you change your app settings. These settings are app specific, so each app has its own server settings. Here in Core Settings, you'll find your app's main settings. We have a good tutorial about it here, and I really suggest that you read. But if you come here to Settings, in this page you'll find your app ID, which is a string that identifies your app among all Back4Apps apps. You'll also find your app name, description that you wrote when you first created, parse API address that we need in the future, it's here. You can change your parse version too. I myself like to use the latest version, but you can use any available version depending on your needs. And now this is where things get serious. The MongoDB URI and all those keys you see here, those give access to your app's data. Any person having this information can read, change, and even delete your app's data. So it's very important that you do not share this with anyone, especially do not commit this information in, let's say, an open source Git project. Only the app owner and trust developers should have these keys. If at any moment you lose control of your keys, you can change them here in Edit Details. You can create new keys, but remember, your app will need to be redeployed with your new keys to all your users, which can be troublesome. You probably won't want that, so it's better to keep your keys safe. Here you can also change other details of your app, such as your app name and description, and change if it's public or not. If your app ever stops responding, you can click Restart App. This will restart your app in our servers. This is usually necessary if your app, for instance, enters an infinite loop or something like that. You can transfer your app to someone else. For instance, if you sold your app to someone and want them to have the control of your app from now on. You can clone your app, which means you can make an exact copy of your app, but in a different database with different keys. This is useful when you need, for instance, to have a development environment that reflects the production or vice versa. And last but not least, you have the Delete App button, which will delete your app. But remember, this is an irreversible action, and after deletion, there's nothing you can do to have your app back. So use this with caution.